Welcome back to the channel where we uncover fascinating stories and values behind coins from around the world. Today, we're diving into an interesting piece from Down Under, the 2016 Australian $1 coin in very fine condition. You might be surprised at what makes this coin special and how collectors think about it today. Let's start with a bit of history. The Australian dollar was introduced in 1966, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. Since then, the Royal Australian Mint has issued dollar coins that are not just currency, but pieces of art and history. Now, the 2016 $1 coin comes from a year of celebrating the 50th anniversary of Australia's switch to decimal currency. It was a moment Australians truly embraced their modern monetary system. Whether it's the everyday version that went into wallets or the special commemoratives released around events and expos, this coin shares a connection to that story. Now let's talk about demand. Older or error coins often grab attention on auction sites, but what about the 2016 dollar? Well, the standard circulating versions of this coin were produced in healthy numbers, so they aren't super rare compared to other collectible coins. That being said, collectors do appreciate coins that are in very fine condition because it means they've been well preserved with less wear and tear than what you'd find in pocket change. There's a real charm in inspecting a coin and seeing all its details still crisp and clear. That's what draws many people to add one to their collection. So what's this coin worth today, especially in very fine condition? The honest answer is encouraging. Coins from 2016 in circulated but nice condition often trade for more than their of $1 Australian dollar. Looking at recent auction listings and collector sales, you'll see prices often ranging from a few dollars up to maybe $1,000, $48,000, $75,000, or slightly more, depending on condition and the platform. Things like protective cases and presentation cards can add interest too. It's important to remember that while some listings online show very high prices, the realistic market value is typically grounded in what actual collectors are willing to pay. And for this coin, that usually means a modest premium rather than a windfall. First, condition matters. A coin that hasn't spent years jostling in loose change is going to be more appealing than one worn smooth from use. Look for well-defined details on the kangaroos and the Queen's portrait. Second, consider getting your coins graded by a reputable service if you think you have an especially nice specimen. A professional grade can boost confidence when selling or trading later. Third, always compare prices from multiple sources, auction results, collector forums, and coin dealers, so you get a good sense of what similar coins are actually selling for right now. And finally, enjoy the journey. Collecting is about passion, curiosity, and learning just as much as it's about value. The 2016 Australian $1 in very fine condition may not be the rarest coin in the world, but it's a wonderful piece of modern coinage with real history behind it. It's a joy to discover, to study, and to hold. If you're just starting out in coin collecting, this one's a great piece to have in your album. And if you've already got one, cherish it. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to explore more fascinating coins with you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin stories and values. Next up, today's video is all about a beautiful and meaningful modern commemorative coin, the Australia $1. 2011 Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting coin, shown here in very fine condition. And we will explore its history, condition, metal composition, collector interest, and its realistic market value today in a clear and positive way for every coin lover watching. This special $1 coin was issued by Australia to celebrate the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting that took place in Perth in 2011. This international gathering brings together leaders from countries connected through the Commonwealth of Nations, and Australia chose to mark the occasion with a circulating commemorative coin so that everyday people could hold a small piece of history in their hands. What makes this coin especially attractive is that it is not only a souvenir for delegates or collectors, but a genuine circulating dollar that reflects Australia's role on the global stage during a very important international event. When we talk about the history of this coin, it is important to remember that 2011 was a busy and highly visible year for Australia in international relations. The meeting in Perth attracted worldwide attention, and the commemorative dollar was designed to represent unity, cooperation, and shared values between member nations. That is why many collectors appreciate this coin not only for its design, but also for its story. It represents diplomacy, leadership, and international friendship, all captured in a single Australian dollar. Now let us focus on the condition of the coin you are asking about, described as very fine condition. In coin collecting, very fine means the coin has clearly seen circulation, but the design remains strong and readable. On this 2011 dollar, the main design elements on the reverse should still be well defined, with only light wear on the highest points. The lettering should be sharp and easy to read, and the fields should show only moderate contact marks from everyday use. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II should still be clear, with facial details visible and no heavy flattening. A very fine coin is an honest, original piece that shows real history, and many collectors actually enjoy coins in this condition because they clearly tell the story of having been in circulation during the time of the event itself. Moving to the metal and composition side, this 2011 Australian $1 coin follows the standard Australian dollar specification. It is struck in aluminium-bronze, which gives the coin its familiar golden color. This alloy is chosen for strength, resistance to corrosion, and long-term durability in circulation. The weight, size, and color are the same as regular Australian $1 coins, meaning the value of this coin is not based on precious metal content, but rather on its commemorative theme, condition, and collector appeal. The coin was produced for circulation by the Royal Australian Mint, ensuring high-quality striking and consistent standards. When collectors look at this coin, demand is shaped mainly by its theme. Coins linked to major international events, especially those that represent cooperation between many nations, usually enjoy steady long-term interest. The Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting is an important and recognizable event within the Commonwealth world, so this issue naturally attracts collectors of Australian commemoratives, as well as collectors who specialize in Commonwealth-related material. It is also popular among beginner collectors because it is affordable, easy to store, and still visually distinctive among regular circulation dollars. For many people, this coin becomes a gateway into collecting modern Australian commemoratives. Now let us talk honestly and clearly about the current market value today. Because this coin was released into circulation and not as a limited precious metal collector issue, its value remains accessible. In very fine condition, a realistic and commonly observed market range today is usually around $1,045 to $1.78, $0 depending on eye appeal, demand at the time of sale, and the platform where it is offered. Coins that show stronger detail, cleaner surfaces, and better color within the very fine range can reach the upper end of that price. Coins that are heavily marked or darker in tone normally sell closer to the lower end. It is important to remember that prices can vary slightly from country to country and from one online auction to another. But overall, this coin is best viewed as a modest value commemorative with solid collector interest, rather than a high-value rarity. For collectors who are thinking about adding this 2011 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting dollar to their collection, the best advice is to focus on quality first. Even within very fine condition, look for examples that still show crisp design details and balanced color without heavy scratches or edge damage. Storing the coin in a simple protective holder will help preserve its surface and prevent unnecessary marks. Keeping a small note with the coin that mentions the 2011 meeting in Perth and its historical context can also add educational value to your collection and make the piece more meaningful when you look back on it in the future. It is also a great idea to compare several examples before buying, because small differences in surface quality can make a big difference in how attractive the coin looks in hand. In conclusion, the Australia $1 2011 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting coin is a positive and inspiring modern commemorative that celebrates international cooperation and Australia's role in a global community. In very fine condition, it remains an affordable, attractive, and historically relevant addition to any collection. While its market value today is generally modest, its true worth comes from the story it represents, the quality of its design, and the connection it creates between everyday circulating money and an important international event. For collectors who enjoy modern history, meaningful themes, and accessible prices, this coin is a wonderful and rewarding piece to own and to share with others who are discovering the world of coin collecting. Next up, today we're diving into a really special piece from Australian coinage, the 2001 Australia $1 coin celebrating the International Year of Volunteers. This is a coin that's meant to honor the spirit of volunteerism around the world, and it has grown into a sweet collectible over the years. We're going to unpack its story, what makes it special, what it's made of, how collectors view it, and what it could be worth in today's market, all delivered in a positive and upbeat way, so you can get excited about coins just like we are. Back in 2001, the Royal Australian Mint released this beautiful commemorative $1 coin to honor the International Year of Volunteers, a global initiative that highlighted the critical role volunteers play in communities worldwide. It's part of Australia's rich tradition of circulating commemorative coins that celebrate meaningful themes from historical milestones to cultural contributions, and in this case, a heartfelt salute to volunteerism that resonates everywhere. While this design circulated alongside other standard coins, its theme adds a story that many coin lovers appreciate. It's not just money, it's history. A reminder of giving and service that goes beyond borders. On the obverse of this coin, you'll see the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, whom many of you will recognize from other Australian. Flip it over, and you get the unique International Year of Volunteers design. It's beautiful and symbolic. A reminder that this piece is more than just currency. It's a celebration of compassion and community. Now let's talk collector interest. These coins were produced with a mintage of around 6 million, making them noticeably lower than some other Australian $1 designs, make them rare in the sense of super scarce. But it does mean they're sought after by collectors who focus on complete commemorative sets or who love unique Australian designs. Wikipedia. In circulated condition, you'll often see these change hands for modest prices, sometimes just a few US dollars. But as is true with any collectible coin, condition matters enormously. A very fine coin, clean deed, minimal wear, nice surface can attract more interest than one that's been heavily used. Okay, so what could this coin be worth today, especially in the United States dollar market with a very fine grade? From recent sales and listings, most of these 2001 International Year of Volunteers $1 coins in everyday circulated condition are selling for anywhere from just over they're up to perhaps $2.45, $0 to $2.75, $0 in typical very fine condition, depending on the buyer. And if you were lucky enough to snag an uncirculated or gem quality example, those can go for more. Some listings show pieces in pristine condition trading for higher sums to dedicated collectors. And don't forget, occasionally, coins with exceptional eye appeal or interesting varieties and errors can draw attention beyond the average. That's part of what makes coin collecting so much fun. Time. Next, keep an eye out for special features or unusual strike quality. Subtle differences in strike or toning can sometimes make a coin more desirable to the right collector. Also, check recent sales if you're thinking about selling. What people actually paid is often more informative than asking prices. Finally, enjoy the story behind the coins. Collecting is as much about the journey and history as it is about the value. So there you have it. The 2001 Australia International Year of Volunteers $1 coin is a wonderful little piece of numismatic history. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've held on to one for years, it's a coin with a great backstory, solid design, a real connection to people's efforts around the world, and a market value that reflects its appeal. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a fellow coin enthusiast, and leave a comment telling us what coin you want featured next. Until next time, keep hunting those treasures and enjoy every bit of the journey.